What is going on, everybody? I'm going to go ahead and do this Week 17 NFL recap. I'm mostly going to focus on the games that had playoff implications, but we are going to cover every game. So starting with the Patriots and Buffalo. I didn't watch the game. I wasn't really expecting us to put in an effort. From my understanding, Tom Brady didn't play the second half. Let me actually check that right now before I say something that wasn't true. Yeah, so Garoppolo started. We had the first round bye locked up. We had home field locked up, so we weren't really playing for anything. So I didn't really care if we won or lost as long as we made it out with everybody healthy, which we did. Buffalo got a win, and I heard today that Kyle Orton told Buffalo that he plans on retiring. Buffalo had a good team. What was their record? 9-7. I mean, they missed the playoffs, but they were right there. Like, one more game that they could have won. I like Buffalo. I think I like Kyle Orton, though, better than EJ Manuel. So I'm interested to see what happens with Buffalo next year. Good thing my Patriots can rest up. They'll be ready to go. Home field, first round bye. Everybody should be good to go. Atlanta and Carolina. Y'all know I live in Atlanta. My friends were so hyped. So many bought tickets and went to the game, tailgated, all that stuff. And they got the shit smacked out of them. They just looked bad. Mike Smith got fired. Carolina wins, and they're in the playoffs. Carolina will be. We're gonna go over that at the end, but Carolina. I can't tell if Carolina looked good or Atlanta looked that bad. I'm gonna say Carolina looked okay, and Atlanta is just absolutely terrible. So Mike Smith got fired. That's that game. They got smacked. Cleveland and Baltimore. Baltimore was able to get that win, which I think puts them in the playoffs. Josh Gordon got suspended for supposedly Johnny Manziel throwing a party that he wasn't supposed to go to. Blah 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 blah. Connor Shaw looked good, though. I would actually start him, honestly, next season. Let's see. Ravens, Joe Flacco threw 2 touchdowns, 4 set, killing it like he always does. Steve Smith, who's been having a great year. So I think that put Baltimore in the playoffs. Houston and Jacksonville. Houston did what they had to do. Arian got hurt, but it wasn't enough because they needed the... I think Houston needed Cleveland to win, and they would be in, but Cleveland wasn't able to hold on. Jacksonville looked okay. I liked, who was it, Keenum? Was it Case Keenum? I liked Case Keenum. I think he looked good, so we'll see what happens. They just got to find some... I mean, yes, they have Andre Johnson, but I feel like so much of their offense involves around Arian Foster that he just ends up getting hurt all the time. Kansas City and San Diego. San Diego again, guys. They do this every year. They start out hot. They dull out, and then it comes to them just needing to win to get in, and they couldn't do it. Justin Houston had like 4 sacks. I think he tied the single-season sack record. No, he was just half a sack off from breaking Michael Strahan's season sack record. Alex Smith didn't play, so Chase Daniels played. Jamal Charles, I mean, San Diego defense didn't play bad, but they were not helped by their offense whatsoever. Miami and New York, Rex Ryan got fired his last game. The Jets were able to come away with the win, though. Geno Smith, 3 touchdowns, only 5 incomplete passes. They didn't really have much of a run game, though. But Eric Decker, 220 yards and a touchdown. The Dolphins, Tannehill, he played an okay game. Lamar Miller had a beast of a game. And, again, another game that didn't really have any implications on anything. Chicago and Minnesota. I just don't understand how you have all those weapons in Chicago and you cannot succeed. Their coach and their general manager got fired. Hopefully they can figure out. They have the offense. Help that offensive line out a little bit. I'm hearing rumors that Rex Ryan will go to Chicago. I love that move, honestly. Let him fix that defense. Figure out what y'all got to figure out on offense. Jay Cutler is a top quarterback in the league, and he has above elite skill players. They just got to figure it out. The Vikings looked okay. I'm interested to see what they end up doing. They say they don't want AP back because they don't want that reflecting their team, but it comes back, it's like, how do you not sign a player back like AP? I'm interested to see what happens with that. Again, a game that had no playoff implications. Philadelphia and the Giants, another game that again didn't affect any playoff. Sanchez, I thought he played a good game. If Sanchez doesn't start for the Eagles next year, I can see him starting other places. Maybe San Francisco, maybe Houston, Cleveland, who knows? Maybe he goes to Buffalo. LaShawn McCoy, he's been pretty much held in check this year. He's been okay. Eli threw 53 passes for 400 yards. Odell Beckham Jr., again, he'll probably win at least Offensive Rookie of the Year. New Orleans and Tampa Bay, again, a game that didn't affect anything. New Orleans was able to get the win. Drew Brees threw 3 interceptions, so he wasn't doing good at all. Jimmy Graham, again, didn't have a touchdown. Mike Evans had another touchdown. Doug Martin sighting, again. I think that's the second game he actually did something. And Josh McCown did okay. Indianapolis at Tennessee. The Colts were able to get right after that embarrassing loss they had last week. I don't think them losing or winning affected any kind of playoff seeding. They had already won the division. Hasselbeck ended up playing half the game, and like their backup running backs ended up playing half the game. Charlie Whitehurst, he did okay. Sean Green, he did all right. Again, a game that didn't really affect anything. Detroit and Green Bay. I watched this game live. Aaron Rodgers is just so damn banged up. It's like, yes, you got the win and like the division win, but it's like maybe that week off will really help. I think they're the second or first seed. I don't know what they are. I forget. And that Ndamukong Suh step, I don't think he purposely stepped on him, but I feel like once he realized that he was stepping on somebody, he had no hurry to move. Because he was looking downfield and he was just stepping back like this. And he stepped on something. Usually when you do that, if you do that on the street, you do that at the house, you do that anywhere. If you're backing up and you step on something, your instant reaction is to like come up off it. He felt him step on something. He just said, fuck it, I ain't moving. Do I think it deserves a suspension? No, but we'll see what happens with that appeal. Green Bay was able to get the win, and they were able to win the division. Denver and Oakland, a game that really didn't have anything to do. But I'll tell you what, even though they won that game, they're going to be playing some better run defenses, Denver, and Peyton Manning has not been in a rhythm for like the past 4 or 5 weeks, so I don't know if they just expect him to snap right into it, what they expect him to do, but I don't know. Derek Carr looked okay, but again, I mean, they got blown out. Peyton Manning didn't throw any touchdowns. C.J. Anderson scored 3 touchdowns, but can you rely on him to score 3 touchdowns every game? I don't know. San Francisco and Arizona, they were able to go ahead and get that win for Jim Harbaugh's last game. Is it Jim? I think it's Jim. I think John's in Baltimore. I want to see him stay in the league and coach. People say he could go to Chicago. He could go to the Jets, but I wouldn't want him to go. I want him to stay in the NFL. What team he's going to go to, I'm not sure. They looked good. I think Kaepernick finally ended up having an okay game. Yeah, he threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Frank Gore, 25 rushes for 144. People are saying that's going to be his last game too. Anquan Bolden had that long touchdown, so they looked good. San Francisco, again, not making the playoffs. Arizona is, though. St. Louis and Seattle. Again, this is what I've been saying about Seattle this whole time. When they play a good defense, how do y'all plan to score? You're lucky you got a pick 6. But how do you plan on producing offenses with teams that can keep Russell Wilson in check? They were able to get the win, but if that's how they go through the playoffs, then maybe that's how they go through the playoffs. Russell Wilson was 17 for 25 and 1 interception. Marshawn had 60 rushing yards and a touchdown. Turbin had 53 rushing yards. But we'll see what they end up doing in the playoffs. Again, that game didn't have any effect on anything. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, the final game of the night cap. Pittsburgh was able to get the win. I think Le'Veon Bell went down with an injury. Andy Dalton is going to get A.J. Green killed on the field if he keeps leaving him out there to dry like that. And just as good as Cincinnati looked last week, they look 10 times worse this week. They don't look like they can't win a playoff game the way they played last night, but they're in the playoffs. They did what they had to do. So now we know the teams that are in the playoffs. Let's talk about the games next week. The 3rd. So this is this weekend. The 3rd the 3rd is Saturday. So this Saturday, 2 wildcard games. Arizona and Carolina. In Carolina, because they won the division. They have the home field. I am going to take, honestly, they're saying Carolina by 5. It's just, I don't, who is playing quarterback for them? Lindley? Is that who's playing quarterback? I'm taking Arizona to win in Carolina. That's what I'm taking. I think it's going to be a close game because Arizona's not going to be able to score that many points. But I'm taking Arizona to win in Carolina. Baltimore and Pittsburgh, the good old AFC North matchup, Baltimore and Pittsburgh. They're in Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win that game as well. And then the games on Sunday, Cincinnati and the Colts. I'm taking the Colts at home. I think it'll be kind of a blowout if Andrew Luck doesn't throw pick 6s. And Detroit and Dallas. If Sue doesn't play, actually no, I'm taking Dallas regardless if Sue plays or not. So that's what I think those playoff games are going to end up being. Let's go ahead and take a look at the seedings real quick. So in the AFC, the number 1 seed with the home field advantage in the first round bye is the Patriots with 12-4 record. The second team is the Broncos with the 12-4 record, but the Patriots had the head-to-head. Third seed is the Steelers. The fourth seed is the Colts. So the 2 wildcard teams are the Bengals and the Ravens. The Texans, Chiefs, Chargers, and Bills just missed. And in the NFC, the number 1 seed with home field advantage is the Seahawks with the same record as the Packers, who are the number 2 seed, but the Seahawks won the head-to-head. The third seed is the Cowboys. The fourth seed at 7-8 is the Panthers. The 2 wildcard teams are the Cardinals and the Lions. So again, what do I think the matchups are going to be? I picked all home teams to win. Now, I would not be surprised if Baltimore wins. That's the only game I could see going either way. And it just depends on what kind of offense you're going to get from Arizona. Because I think that defense can lock up Cam Newton. I just don't know what they're going to get on offense. So those are my picks for the week. That is NFL Week 16 recap, guys. This should be going up on Tuesday. You should get this Tuesday night along with, this should have came in pair with a video earlier in the day. Wednesday, we'll try to get some games for you. I might do a sub-game double header because I've been having some people that want to play Thursday, Friday videos and all that good stuff. I want to say, no, I should have already discussed the Grand Theft Auto stuff in the video that's posted before this, so I appreciate it, guys. Hit the like button, share, favorite, subscribe, tell all your friends.